Grim is back, the racket back. Today, I'm going to go over every single trade that I've missed up to the trade deadline, which ended uh, 40 minutes ago. Here we go. Starting off with the Dallas Mavericks get Caleb Martin. Philadelphia 76ers get Quentin Grimes, a 2025 second round pick. Their own 2025 second round pick. All right. So this trade off rip, I like it for both sides. Quentin Grimes has been pretty good this season. Caleb Martin, we know what he can do. He's a valuable asset, especially to a team like the Mavericks. And yeah, I just like this trade. You know, Philadelphia had emergence in Edwards and Council, so you know, getting rid of Caleb Martin to take on Quentin Grimes is it's just a good trade all around. It's just a good trade all around. Next trade, we have the Detroit Pistons receive KJ Martin, a 2027 second round pick via Milwaukee, 2031 second round pick via Dallas, and the 76ers receive cash. That's a whatever trade. Next one, Boston Celtics get a 2031 second rounder, top 55 protected. Okay. And then the Houston Rockets get Jaden Springer, a 2030 second rounder. That one's whatever. I do like Jaden Springer though. I like Jaden Springer a lot, and so Houston could have came up. New Orleans, nope. The Thunder get Daniel Theis, a 2031 second round pick, and the Pelicans get cash. Again, that's a whatever. I mean, you get Daniel Theis for a backup big. Maybe he can run the 4-5. You know, OKC just adding on to what they already have. Then we have Sacramento Kings get Jonas Valanciunas. Washington Wizards get CD Sidoko. I know it now. A 2028 second round pick via Denver and a 2029 second round pick. For the Kings, I like it. For the Wizards, I like it. Wizards get a young prospect and they get some picks, and then the Kings go get Big Val, who is very familiar with Sabonis because they play together nationally. So, yeah, I like it for the Kings a lot. It's not a needle thread mover or anything like that. Like, it's not going to push them to be playoff performers, you know what I mean? But it's definitely better than keeping a guy on your team that you weren't going to value. And I think Jonas Valanciunas is better than Alex Lynn. So, you got that. The next trade is a three-teamer. The Milwaukee Bucks get Kyle Kuzma, Patrick Baldwin Jr., Jericho Sims, second-round draft compensation. The Wizards get Chris Middleton, A.J. Johnson, 2028 first-round pick swap. And the Knicks get DeLon Wright and cash. Okay, so what I know about this trade is Patrick Baldwin Jr. was later traded to the Spurs for cash, I think. I like that. I'm sure that'll be on here somewhere, so I'm skipping ahead. Kyle Kuzma for the Bucks. Chris Middleton, end of an era. Without Chris Middleton, the Bucks probably don't get that ring. Chris Middleton is one of those guys, like basically for us, Andrew Wiggins was our Chris Middleton. Again, I'm a Warriors fan, for those that don't know, if this is your first video. Chris Middleton is what Andrew Wiggins was to us as Warriors fans. Chris Middleton is the Bucks' Klay Thompson, you know? Chris Middleton is essential for that, for everything. Him and Giannis, like this, you know? So, sucks to see him go. They bring in Kyle Kuzma. Me personally, I'm just not a big fan of Kyle Kuzma. I hope that his game elevates now that he's in a situation where it requires him to win. But you would think a guy would have been balling out on the Wizards, and he just wasn't. He just wasn't it, man. So I hope that the Bucks can turn him around. I hope going to a winning situation will turn him around. And yeah, maybe Kyle Kuzma gets back to playing winning basketball. Jericho Sims is a pickup. DeLon Wright. I like DeLon Wright. Hopefully he gets some run on the Knicks. The next trade, Toronto Raptors. This one's big. This is a big trade. Toronto Raptors get Brandon Ingram, and the Pelicans get Bruce Brown, Kelly Olynyk, a 2025 second-round pick, a 2026 first-round pick via Indiana. So, Pelicans finally get off Brandon Ingram. Brandon Ingram is a hell of a player. Don't get me wrong, but the Pelicans didn't want to pay him money, and he was probably going to walk in free agency. So, like I said a couple videos back, it's better to get something than nothing for somebody who's not going to be there. And on top of that, they got a first round pick, so that's pretty good. I thought they were just going to get some seconds, but they got a first round pick, a second, and two more players. But I wouldn't be surprised, and if it already has happened, if Bruce Brown and Kelly Olynyk both get bought out to enter buyout. For the Raptors, they get Brandon Ingram. I think this team is solid. You get R.J. Barrett, Emmanuel Quickly, Brandon Ingram. Then you got freaking Scotty Barnes. I don't know why I couldn't remember his name. Jakob Pertl. You got Grady Dick. You got all these guys. Chris Boucher. You got good talent on the Raptors roster. I think, does that make them championship contenders? Absolutely not, especially this season. But I think if they get a year under their belt and they all get to play together, I like Scotty Barnes and Brandon Ingram combo a lot. Plus, you got RJ, that third guy. I like where the Raptors are heading. I'll say that. Next trade up, the Lakers receive Mark Williams. The Charlotte Hornets get Dalton Connect and Cam Reddish, a 2031 unprotected first round pick. Unprotected is crazy. And a 2030 pick swap. So the Lakers did it. They traded their 2031 pick and it was unprotected. No protections on it is wild to me. I feel like they should have at least, top 5 protected, top 10 protected, maybe. Unprotected is crazy. I know they have Luka now, and LA is a big market, so that's probably what they were going with, is that we got Luka. Who's not gonna want to play with Luka? You know what I mean? So, but still, like if they just don't have a good year, or Lord forbid Luka gets injured again or something, that pick could be big. And who's to say? Dalton Connect, they gave him up for Mark Williams. I don't really love that. I feel like Mark Williams is a good player, but this year and every year he's been injury prone, and this year he's, I don't know. I just don't feel like Mark Williams is the right answer. Am I saying he's going to be bad? Absolutely not. Lakers fans, please just don't come for my neck, because I'm not saying that I'm not glazing the Lakers. But I don't know. I feel like Miles Turner would have definitely been a better fit, especially if you're giving away Dalton to Connect. I feel like you probably could have gotten him, but who knows? Happy to see Cam Reddish get another landing spot, though. I've always been high on Cam Reddish. I just wish that he would all out. And hopefully playing for the Hornets, he can do that. Because the only person that can hold yourself back from the Hornets is yourself. So, yeah, that's my thoughts on the Mark Williams thing. They got them a center, but it is what it is. I've already talked about the Jimmy Butler trade, but the official trade, because now that it's officially over, here's where everybody went. Jimmy Butler's on the Warriors. PJ Tucker was on the Heat. Andrew Wiggins is on the Heat. Kyle Anderson is currently on the Heat. A protected first-round pick to the Heat. The Pistons get Lindy Waters, Josh Richardson, and Dennis Schroeder. The Utah Jazz get KJ Martin, Josh Richardson, and a second-round pick. Hey, yo, what? Okay, ESPN's bugging. Josh Richardson's somewhere. He's in the abyss. He's floating somewhere between Detroit and Utah. He's on one of those teams. And I've already said what I thought about this trade on another video, so if you want to see that, I'm sure it'll be, if you just click on my channel, it's the video before this one, actually. So it's the one with Jimmy Butler in the thumbnail. Next trade, Reggie Jackson. The Wizards get Reggie Jackson, a 2026 first-round pick, less favorable of Oklahoma City, Houston, and LA Clippers. I don't know what that means. Philadelphia 76ers get Jared Butler, a 2027 second-round pick, 2028 second-round pick, 2030 second-round pick, and a 2030 second-round pick. Not going over where those second-round picks come from, because second-round picks. basically the Sixers get Jared Butler and the Washington Wizards get Reggie Jackson, but the Washington Wizards have bought out Reggie Jackson or are going to buy out Reggie Jackson. So Reggie Jackson will hit the buyout market, and that's it. Miami Heat get Davion Mitchell. The Raptors get PJ Tucker. There you go. 2026 second round pick and cash. So the Raptors bring in really old vet in PJ Tucker. I thought PJ was going to stay with the Heat, but I guess the Heat didn't want him. The Heat get a good defensive guard in Davion Mitchell though, so there's that. You don't have to. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but you get Davion Mitchell. That's basically it. The Charlotte Hornets get Yusuf Nurkic, 2026 first round pick. Phoenix Suns get Cody Martin, Micic, and a 2022 second round pick. I like this for the Suns. You get off Yusuf Nurkic, who nobody likes Yusuf Nurkic. And what's his name? Oh, the center that they got from Charlotte already. What's his name? Not Mark Williams, obviously. The other one, Nick Richards. Nick Richards is really solid. I like what Nick Richards was doing in the Suns organization. And you bring in Cody Martin. I like Cody Martin a lot. He's gonna be a great defender, floor stretcher for you guys. And then you get Micic, who you know can play basketball. um, I don't know how he's gonna look in a Suns uniform, but I'm sure you guys could use him. If not, it is what it is. My dog better stop. She better not bark again. I don't even know why they were barking. Nothing was going on. Next up, the Atlanta Hawks get Karis LeVert, Georges Niang, 3 second round picks, 2 future pick swaps, and Cleveland get DeAndre Hunter. This is a huge trade in my opinion. DeAndre Hunter is really good when he's healthy. And I think that the Cleveland Cavaliers just added another piece to help them compete against the Boston Celtics. I think on paper, the closest team to the Boston Celtics and the team that'll give them the most trouble is the Cleveland Cavaliers. I thought the Knicks would be a lot better than they were this season, but maybe next season they'll be there. Um, that being said, though, the Cleveland Cavaliers just got way more dangerous. The Hawks got Karis LeVert, Georges Niang, whatever. But I really love that for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Then the Hawks are in another trade. The Hawks get Terrence Mann and Bones Highland. The Clippers get Bogdan Bogdanovic. Excuse me. 3 second round picks. And the Houston Rockets get Cody Zeller and a 2028 second round pick. So the Rockets get a veteran big in Cody Zeller. The Clippers get another scoring guy who's having a down season so far this year, but maybe it was just because he's in Atlanta. I don't know. I have no idea why. But hopefully he turns it up, picks it up. And then the Hawks bring in young guys in Terrence Mann and Bones Highland. I believe this is the Hawks' last trade of this deadline, so I will say this. I don't think Trae Young is going to be on that roster next season. I think he's gone. I think, I think he's going to. There's a lot of speculation he's going to Orlando, and I don't hate that. Trae Young, Franz Wagner, Paolo, Jalen Suggs. I don't hate that team at all. There's a lot of speculation that he will be going there. So, Atlanta fans, brace for impact. Memphis Grizzlies get Marvin Bagley III, Johnny Davis, 2 second round picks. The Wizards get Marcus Smart, 2025 first round pick. The Grizzlies get off of Marcus Smart's contract. It wasn't for Cam Johnson like people thought it was going to be. Cam Johnson actually didn't get moved at all. So, fortunately for Cam Johnson, he will not be competing for anything. The Grizzlies get 2 second round picks. And I like Marvin Bagley personally. So maybe he does good in a Grizzlies uniform, but I think it's just, Johnny Davis is whatever. Basically, he was just getting off Marcus Smart's contract, and that's what Memphis did: create room, create cap. Then the Clippers get Marjon Beauchamp, and the Milwaukee Bucks receive Kevin Porter Jr. I think that that is a little sneaky trade. Kevin Porter Jr. has looked okay, but he definitely has potential to be really good. Um, I don't know how good on the Bucks, but bringing in a guy that can score off the bench like Kevin Porter Jr., I'm sure wouldn't hurt. So there's that. And then the last trade, I will refresh it, but the last trade on the page as of right now is Toronto Raptors get James Wiseman and cash. That's it. Pacers didn't get anything. I'm going to refresh it to make sure that that's all the trades. Nothing is updated. Nothing is updated, okay? And then the last thing I'm going to do is double check Shams' Twitter and Chris Haynes to make sure that I'm not missing out on anything over there. So, the Philadelphia 76ers signed Chuma Okiki to a 10-day contract out of the NBA G League's Knicks. And then I believe that that is it as far as trades go. Let me double check my likes. I went through and liked a bunch of tweets. Miles Turner tweeted out a picture of Survivor because he survived another trade deadline, so that was pretty funny. The Warriors didn't make another move, and Quentin Post is getting upgraded from a two-way contract to a regular contract because we need to sign like 3 players, I think, or something. So Quentin Post is getting added. I like Quentin Post, so we tried for Vucevic, but Chicago was apparently too stubborn. Not that those aren't the words, but Chicago wouldn't give him up. Like the asking price for Vucevic was too high. Why? I don't know. You guys want to rebuild or not? We could have gave you like 2 expiring contracts in seconds, and you guys could have just moved on from Vooch. It is what it is. Then I think that is it. Speaking of the Warriors, though, real quick, now that we have Steph Curry under contract at a max, and Jimmy Butler is going to get paid $60 million a year, and we got Draymond's contract, how are we going to pay Jonathan Kuminga? I don't know. And we didn't move him, so that's highly unfortunate. Yeah, the Nuggets didn't make a move. The Grizzlies reportedly made a call for Kevin Durant, but it didn't go through. Speaking of Kevin Durant, apparently there is some toxicity in the Phoenix locker room as of right now because it appears that what had happened was they made that trade for Bradley Beal. It's not working out with Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal didn't want to get moved. He asked the team wanted to trade him, obviously, get rid of his contract, move on. He said, I don't want to get moved. That sucks. So he said, if you are going to move me, though, move me to a place with, like good weather. All those good weather teams said, we don't want Bradley Beal. And I can't blame them. So then the Suns pivot and they say, hey, Kevin Durant's available for trade. We're looking at Kevin Durant trades. And Kevin Durant was like, I don't want to get traded. So now they have Bradley Beal, who's disgruntled, Kevin Durant, who's disgruntled, all in Devin Booker's prime. That sucks. Yeah, the Bradley Beal thing. Honestly, I'm not a Suns fan, but it just makes me mad. It pisses me off because it's like, brother, why would you waive your no trade clause or not waive it? However that works. Why would you threaten to do that if we trade you? You don't want to be here. We don't want you here. So you're just gonna I think no trade clauses are dumb. I think they're stupid. But it is what it is. It's a business. I guess that's what everybody always says is it's a business. So yeah. But if I'm Bradley Beal, I'm like, okay, at least, Send me to a place with good weather. And then he tried that. It didn't work. Okay, well, you guys don't want me here, so I don't want to be that guy that's holding you guys back. So just send me somewhere. But I'm not Bradley Beal. Um, the Pistons plan to keep Dennis Schroeder. The Sacramento Kings are. Oh yeah, the Sacramento Kings acquired Jake LaRavia from Memphis, but I never got the official trade, so I don't know what the official trade is. But good pickup from the Kings, low key. The Wizards waived Reggie Jackson. Uh, the Nope, I did that. Pacers, Kevin Porter, Dennis Schroeder. Okay, I've caught up with everything. Everything has been caught up to my knowledge, except for again the Jake LaRavia thing. We don't know. We don't know. you know, we don't know what Jake LaRavia got traded for still to this moment. I will refresh it one more time, and if nothing is updated, then that will be it. Nothing has updated. So that's all I got for the trade deadline. No other news have been coming through, and yeah. So hopefully you guys enjoy, and tell me what you think about the trades. Who are your winners and losers of the trade deadline? Let me know below, and yeah, peace out. See ya.